What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mike Brown, aka Panda Man, and today we have another locals replay for you guys. Same thing as last time. I'll have the round one in the link below. This is round two. Playing Subterrors, of course, yours truly, and I'm playing against Elemental Heroes. Been a long time since I've seen a hero player in such a while. Game is different, but jump right into it. I believe I start off with activating terraforming. Go ahead and get me that field spell. Subterror Hidden City. I wish it was a Subterror card. It'd be so much easier, so much searchable. But we're going to go ahead and activate the Hidden City. Use the effect to go ahead and search a Subterror monster. See what I grab here. Grab the good old boy, Subterror Guru. Best card in the deck. See the summon limit in my hand there. Go ahead and set the Guru. Use the effect of Hidden City to flip up the Guru. Use the Guru's effect on flip summon to search a Subterror card. He allows that to go through, and I believe we go for a Fiendus here. Yep, good old Subterror Fiendus. Yep, we got 5 rounds today, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and get those cracking for you, hopefully by next Sunday. But you see, I go ahead and activate the Lord of Heavenly Prison. So, all set cards on the field can be destroyed by battle, and if a set trap or set card was activated, he special summons himself from the hand, and then he can set any spell or trap directly from the deck. Pretty good. Pretty freaking good if you ask me. The card has got me out of so many tough situations. But you see, I pass turn to set. See what our hero player has going on his side. See if he goes for the good old Stratos. Nope. I'm going to go for the effect of the Shadow Mist. Go ahead and activate that mass change on the Shadow Mist. I'll go ahead and chain that summon limit. Don't want any other hero shenanigans going on around here, even though I believe he's going to go into Darklaw. Pretty positive he goes into Darklaw here. Still an issue for Subterrors because since Darklaw is on the field, it is a walking macrocosmos, which means I won't be able to activate Fiendus this turn because Fiendus has to be sent to Graveyard in order to activate her effect and resolve it. So yep, he has Darklaw on field. Tough, big body. Something that is very hard to get around. But I believe I have a few tricks up my sleeve to take care of that issue. But yeah, I was like, comment down below, let me know what you guys think heroes need in order to stay relevant in today's meta. I was like, it is different. You got tier element walking around. You got tier element variants with Bestials and a Shizu. A whole bunch of other stuff going around. But yeah, you see our hero player resolve the effect of Shadow Mist when it's sent to the graveyard. You add a hero card from deck to hand, and he chooses to add the Honest Neos, also a good card that they have in their arsenal right there. Discard it, target a hero you control, and it gains 2,500 attack. Pretty good, pretty good. Goes in the battle, swings over the Guru. I'll let that resolve. Believe I banished it sooner. Yep, there we go. Don't want to cheat your guy. And then he passes turn. Drew a Pot of Duality. Go ahead and fire that Pot of Duality. Forget to add the Lord back to hand, but it's all good. Reveal a Extrav, another pot, and a Judgment. Very interesting. Tricky, sticky situation. He asked to read the Solemn Judgment. Something, he was a newer hero player, so I don't blame him. Judgment is a pretty powerful card. Doesn't matter how many life points you got, Judgment's already got your back. Just paying half and half on half. Get a good little shuffle up going here. After that, I'm pretty sure he's going to use the effect of that Darklaw to pluck a random card out of my hand. And he chooses not to, but it's all good. Slight little misplay. I go ahead and activate the Lord of Heavenly Prison once again. Going to see if my opponent has any response. He doesn't, so I'm going to go ahead and normal summon the Fiendus. And then I realized I couldn't do that. I was going to special summon and summon the Relinquish Anima, but I already used the effect of Pot of Duality, so I'm unable to special summon at the time. So I just set the Phoenix and I pass because Hidden City does protect from one attack if I flip up a Subterror monster. So that's something that is able to stall a little bit until I get another engine card going to stop myself from being beat over and ran over by Shadow Mist here. Well, not Shadow Mist, sorry. Dark Law. He goes and normal summons the Diamond Dude. Another card that is pretty good in the Destiny Hero Elemental Hero lineup. He uses the effect to look at the top card, and it is a Rhoda. So next standby main phase, he's going to be able to search a level 4 or lower hero monster from deck to hand. Goes ahead and activates the Fusion Destiny straight out the hand. I have no choice but to say no to that. I can't let that resolve. It's too good of a card to just let, walk around, especially in heroes, since they can hard make all of the Destiny heroes with just using poly, going into all of the fusions that they have available, including Phoenix Enforcer, which is also an interesting card. So after resolution of that judgment, I use the effect of Lord to special summon himself, and I'm going to set a spell and trap directly from the deck. I'll go ahead and go for that Pot of Extravagance because it's just too free. It's too free to just get a Pot of Greed, essentially, because we do not care about the extra deck, and just set it onto the field. But it's all good because Pot of Greed is never coming back, folks. I hate to say it, but who knows? Never say never. So at this point, our hero player is going to enter battle and attempt to use the effect of Honest Neos to swing into the Lord of Heavenly Prison. He was sitting there trying to explain to me the card effect, but it doesn't matter because I used the effect of the Hidden City to flip up that Phoenix that I said last turn to negate that attack. So that Honest Neos technically got wasted. But it is all good. Hopefully it'll buy us another turn. If he just goes and sets and passes, we'll be able to clear the Dark Law, I believe, and be able to get things running, hopefully. Draw for turn, drew an Ash for turn, not bad. Standby main phase, going into that Pot of Extravagance, the free draw 2. Go ahead and shuffle up the extra deck there and have my opponent choose 6 random cards. And then I'll draw for every 3 cards that was banished. So 6. I'll be able to draw 2 this turn. Wouldn't be a problem for me. Hopefully we'll see something and get some things rolling there. Reveal the 3. Draw another Pot of Extrav and a Necro Valley. It was okay here, but gotta roll with the punches. This is what happens when you play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Make sure your ratios and everything are intact. So now he uses the effect of Shadow Mist to pluck a card on my hand, and he gets the Ash, which is okay. But now we are going into the effect of the Relinquished Anima. But then I realized that off the Pot of Extravagance, he banished all 3 copies. Something that you hate to see. But it was going to be an easy way to clear the Shadow Mist. But unfortunately, like I said, he got rid of all of them. So I go into battle and I swing over the Shadow Mist. I'm sorry, keep calling it Shadow Mist. The Dark Law with the Lord of Heavenly Prison. That 3K over that 24 body. Yeah, the 3K over that 24 body. So unfortunate that I wasn't able to just take it with the Relinquished Anima, but it's all good. We go ahead and pass it back to our hero player. Resolves the effect of the Diamond Dude to go ahead and search a hero or any warrior for that matter, level 4 or lower, because of reinforcements of the army. Really wouldn't care about the search at this point because I'm not sure what was going to be able to take care of the Lord. He's a big boy, really big boy, under summon limit. Pretty tough to get around at this point in the game. I was trying to remember what my set face down was. I don't believe it was anything relevant at that point in time. Maybe it's a final battle, who knows. I'm pretty sure we will see in due time. But you see he adds the Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier. I believe when it summons, it is a monster reborn, I believe. And if it's used for a fusion material, you draw 2 and discard 1. Shout out to the hero players, man. You guys do have a good arsenal in the deck. Comment down below, and like I said, let me know what you guys think you guys need for the deck to survive in this meta. But continuing on, you see the hero player activates Harpy's Feather Duster, and the set card was another Judgment. So I should be at a whopping 2,000 points of damage because that was my second Judgment. But he goes ahead and normal summons the Liquid Soldier, uses the effect to target the Shadow Mist that is still in graveyard. Yep, goes ahead and summons the Shadow Mist in grave. Uses the effect of the Shadow Mist to add a mass change from deck to hand. But unfortunately, that is his second summon. Don't think he knows that at the moment, but I'm pretty sure he's going to try to use the mass change in order to go into another Dark Law. But he will see sooner or later that that is just not gonna happen. But guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at PandamanYGO. Get some discussions, some polls going. Let me know what your favorite decks are, and let me know what else you want to see on the channel. So he goes in a battle phase here. He swings over the Fiendess, and he wanted to read the Fiendess to make sure she didn't have any graveyard effects, which she doesn't. Would be kind of interesting if she did have multiple effects like that, but nope. Besides the negation and the free monster reborn, that is all she is good for. To my guru players, I also want you guys to comment down below and let me know what card you think the archetype itself needs in order to combatant or stay relevant in this meta as the coming days go forward. But other than that, I believe our hero player is going to pass here. He may be able to set and pass, but here he uses the effect of the Diamond Dude to reveal the top card, and it is a Hero Lives. And after that, he passes turn. I draw. I get me a Metaverse. But I go ahead and go in this standby main phase and go ahead and use that pot of Extrav. Go ahead and take another 6, and he's going to chain the mass change he had set. But he tried to use it from hand. That was something that was very interesting because I knew he searched it, but he tried to use it from hand. Like I said before, he is a returning player. There were a few things he did need to understand, but it was fine. I had him for a few of those things, but I wonder what, maybe that was some of him and his friends were doing, activating quick plays from hand, but it's all good. But you see off the pot of Extrav, I drew an Ash and a Final Battle. Not really relevant at the moment, but my opponent doesn't know that. I still have the big guy, the Lord of Heavenly Prison, but I had another one in hand, so I used that to protect those 2 set back row. And I have another big boy on field, wiping 3K. That is hard to get around. I go ahead and swing, go into battle and swing over that Shadow Mist. Go ahead and get his search on. Hero player was taking care of life points for us there. He chooses not to use the effect of Shadow Mist to search when it was sent to graveyard. Something that was very interesting. But I believe I just went ahead and passed here. Hero player draws for turn, and he's resolving the effect of the Diamond Dude. Go ahead and he adds, I believe that is Plasma. Nice little, well, I'm not going to say nice, because if you know me, you know I cannot stand gold rare. I hate it. Like I tell my friends at the card shop, whenever I, look for gold rares and see gold rares, I start having an allergic reaction. My skin gets to bubbling and swelling and stuff. I don't like gold rares. The only gold rares that was available at the time, honestly, was the gold letter rares that came to us. But oddly enough, our hero player did use the Shadow Mist to search the Plasma He wasn't using Hero Lives at the time. I don't know why he drew and put a card at the bottom of the deck, but I was like, I'll be sure to ask next time I see him. I don't know what that was about. But at this time, we were discussing about the cost for Diamond Dude. He asked if Diamond Dude was able to pay costs for any of the spells that he mails off his effect. And no, do not have to pay your, half your life points for Hero Lives or any other card that has a cost for the spell card for Diamond Dude. But as you can see, he normal summon Increase, and he tributed off all the guys to summon the Plasma, use the effect of Plasma in order to take my Lord of Heavenly Prison. Plasma is sitting at 19 already. Took a 3k body. He's at 49. And yeah, it was a big boy. I wasn't worried because I knew I still had another Lord of Heavenly Prison revealed. I would just activate any set card and be able to chump block that attack because Plasma is pretty big. 4900, pretty tough for me as a Guru player to get around, but it was okay. I'll activate the Metaverse here. So go ahead and add a field spell from deck to hand or activate it straight from the deck. But here I just go ahead and add the Hidden City. And then on Resolution, we're going to use the effect of Lord to special summon. Special summon in defense there to protect my life points. Still under summon limit. Doesn't matter because that was my one summon on his turn. And then here, I'm pretty sure he's going to resume battle and attack over the Lord of Heavenly Prison. And he sure does. Right move, because you don't want that big boy sticking around. And here he goes Call by the Grave to get rid of the Lord of Heavenly Prison. I did mine because Lord doesn't have any other uses besides the protection of back row and the setting a spell and trap from deck. So after that, I believe he does pass his turn over to me. I believe he was just thinking about other things to do at the time. I didn't know anything else that was in hand. But he goes and tries to activate another mass change, but I had to remind him that he was under summon limit. He used his first summon for Increase and the second summon for the Plasma. Go ahead and draw for turn. I knew I had a final battle set, and here was a ruling question about Plasma acting as skill drain, because some of you may know, mostly my Subterror players. If you don't, Subterrors can use their effects under skill drain only because of final battle. Skill drain has the effect where you can still attempt to activate effects, but their effects on resolution will be negated. But since you have final battle, you use the last effect. You chain the last effect of the trap card to protect all your Subterrors activated effects from being negated on resolution. As the chain resolves backwards, final battle will resolve first, having your Subterror monsters unaffected, and that effect will resolve under skill drain. So that was the ruling question we had here for the Plasma, because the ruling question was, does Plasma act as skill drain? And it does. So here you see I add the Guru off the Hidden City, and here I go ahead and do what I just talked about. I activate the final battle, use the last effect to prevent the negation of Subterror monsters effects. It was our hero player the first time, having to deal with the deck, so he had to read all 4 effects. As you know, final battle does have 4 effects. The first effect is to flip a Subterror monster face up. Second effect, flip it face down. The third effect is one of my favorites. You either add the attack of that Subterror monster to the defense of the Subterror monster, or the defense to its attack. And then the last and final effect is the make all Subterror activated effects not be negated. So this is where he had to call a judge to have that explained to him, because since Plasma act as skill drain and I have final battle, my Subterror monsters effects will be able to activate and resolve under Plasma. So just took a few minutes, just had to explain it a few times and let him know. what eventually was going to happen as far as my effects resolving. Um, he kind of got it at first, but just to make sure that I wasn't on the wrong, we had to call a few judges over. But after that, it was all good to go, and go ahead and flip it back down because Final Battle does have the effect that after each effect it does flip itself face down. So here I go to normal summon the Guru. I use the effect to target himself and another monster on field to set it face down. I choose to target his plasma. So since his plasma is getting set face down, the Lord or any monster that was equipped to the monster at the time will fall off. And I will use the effect of Final Battle, not Final Battle, excuse me. I will use the effect of the Hidden City to flip back up the Guru and use Guru's effect to search. The effects on Final Battle are per card. You can use multiple copies of Final Battle, and they all effects last until the end of the turn. So here, I will use the effect of Guru to search a Fiendus. Good card there, and I believe I go into battle here to swing over the plasma. I'm not really sure on top of my head what the defense of plasma is, but I'm pretty sure it was under 1600 because that is the attack of Guru. I go to set a face down and I pass to my opponent. Something that took a minute. That was pretty good exchange of gameplay there in order to get over the plasma, because like I said, plasma is pretty hard to get around in Subterrors unless you have the Final Battle. Umastrix also could have been a way to get over it because Umastrix is a 2000 attack, 2700 defense, and it would have just went up to 47. Still would have been enough at the time because it was at 49, but as far as the banishing effect with Final Battle, it would have been a way to clear it. Here our hero player forgot. He tried to use the effect of Diamond Dude in order to resolve the hero lives. He called a judge over. He was trying to get that settled because he was trying to use it. I believe it was 3-4 turns after. And his reasoning was because since he controlled no monsters, he was going to be able to resolve the effect because Hero Live says you pay half your life. If you control no monsters, you can special summon a hero from deck by paying half. And he tried to resolve it here, even though the card was already engraved. It was a few turns later, but that was just a misplay on his part. Hero players do comment below. I'm not 100% sure even if Diamond Dude stayed on field, would he still be able to resolve the effect of Hero Lives, because even though Diamond Dude takes the effect of the spell card, would he still be able to resolve it? That was the only thing there. So yeah, comment down below. Even anybody, don't have to be a hero player. Just let me know that ruling down below. But I was nice enough to just let him resolve it there. I was in pretty good position not to worry about whatever he was gonna summon. But here he chooses to summon Stratos. He's thinking about what effects he wants to do as far as searching another hero or special summoning. Well, not special summoning, popping a spell or trap equal to the number of hero monsters you control. And I believe he searched. I believe he's going to search here. Yep. He's going to go ahead and search a hero monster from deck to hand. But yeah, like I said, he was new to the game. Was pretty patient with him. But I kind of joked around. I knew if it was like a regional or a big tournament like that, something like that wouldn't be able to fly. I just couldn't imagine, trying to resolve an effect 4 turns later. People be looking at me like I'm crazy. But as you can see, he searches another copy of Stratos here. And go ahead and give him a nice cut. He's thinking about his next move. Besides the Stratos, I don't think there was anything else in hand besides that mass change. He goes ahead and gets rid of the Stratos here to summon the Wind Masked Hero. I forgot the name of the card. My apologies, but I do remember the effect. I believe you target a monster on board and you have his attack and defense. I'm not sure if it was just the attack or just the attack and defense. And I believe his stats was either 2400 or 2500. But it was fine because he is under his second summon. Here I activated the effect of Final Battle to prevent Guru's effect from being negated, which is fine. He lets me know he was using the effect to have the attack and defense of the Guru. And here he goes into battle, tries to swing over the Guru. I use the effect of the Hidden City in order to flip over the Guru to negate the attack, and go ahead and use the effect of Guru in order to search a Subterror card from deck to hand. Here I believe I go for the Archer. Yep, the Archer, because she's also a good card late game in order to spin tough monsters back to the hand. When she attacks a set monster while you control another Subterror monster, you can shuffle it back into the hand. So in this case, if I was attacking the set Mask Hero, it would just go back to the extra deck. Here our hero player passes, draw for turn. I believe here I just go ahead and use the effect of Guru to target himself and the Mask Hero to set. And use the effect of the Hidden City to flip up the Guru, and then use that effect to search once again. I believe I grab a Cave Clash. Cave Clash is something that is pretty good for the archetype. I love it a lot. It is something that is really good for the grind game. Give Subterror monsters 500 attack and defense for each set monster on the field. And if any damage is dealt to my opponent through any Subterror monsters, you target a Subterror card in the graveyard and add it back to hand. So your Fiendus, your Guru, even your Final Battles, something that is really good in the grind game. So I enter battle here and I use the effect of the Archer to shuffle back that Mask Hero. I believe it was Mask Hero Blast, I believe. And I go ahead and swing for 16. And I go ahead and just reset the Final Battle. He bounced back to hand and activate the Cave Clash. Slight misplay on my part, but I know I didn't do it because I knew I had a Fiendus in hand. So there was really nothing engraved that I was really needing to add to hand. So our hero player draws for turn, searches graveyard to figure out his next move. I believe here he goes to normal summon the Stratos, because I knew all he had in hand this time was just the Stratos. So he goes ahead and normal summons the Stratos, figuring out what effect he wants to do this time, and I believe he goes for the search again. Yep, goes for another search. Let's see what he picks up from here. Tricky, sticky situation our hero player is in. We have the set effect of Guru. For those who don't know, Guru has an effect where he targets himself and another monster and books it face down. But if you control a Subterror card, any Subterror card, that effect becomes a quick effect. So we have that as an interruption, and also being under summon limit, that is also something that slows the opponent down in today's meta. And it's something that comes up a lot, and for future reference for certain rulings for summon limit, if you have a card that flips a monster face up, it does not count going towards summon limit. But if you were just to go a normal flip summon, that would go towards the count of summon limit. So that's something that's pretty good for the archetype. You can just, quick effect, set a monster your opponent controls, and when they re-flip it, that goes for 1 count for summon limit, and then they'll just have 1 summon left. But here you see our hero player go for the Ferris, I believe. Gets rid of, I forgot the name of the card, but he's going to use it soon in order to special summon it to my side of the board. He's explaining that to me now. Summons it to my board. I forgot what the card does. I know it restricts me from special summoning or something like that. But at the time, that was something that I really didn't care about because Guru really, we don't really summon like that. That's why I had to check the extra to make sure, like, do I really have anything that I care about that I can go into? You know, besides some builds playing the Dragoon build. But like I said, it didn't matter at that point. He goes into battle here. Check to see what I want to do here. He goes into the Archer. I let that go through. Archer does have an effect when she is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard. She can special summon a Subterror from the deck. So he allows that to go through. I believe here I summon another Guru. And also when Archer summons any Subterror from the deck, you can summon it face up or face down. Really good for certain situations, like I said. And this one, it was cool because you can only use that flip effect of Guru once. It isn't a multiple copy type of card like Final Battle is. If it was, it'd be pretty good in order to constantly set in all your opponent's monsters multiple times. Be something that'd be really hard to deal with. I believe our hero player is going to pass turn here any second now. Checking the grave, seeing what he got going on there. Yep, and he passes to me. On his end phase, I use the effective Gru to target the Destiny hero he gave me to both book it face down. So now the Guru that is still face up is now at 2600 attack since there are 2 set monsters on the field. So here I go ahead and flip up the Guru. Get me a search for another Fiendus. Or just a final battle, because who doesn't want to have multiple final battle? Like I said, it is a multiple copy card, so you get multiple effects from the cards. It's not a hard once for each copy. So now that I flipped up that Guru, the 1 set card is only going to get 500 for each of my monsters. And I believe here I just go straight into battle phase. Well, I use that effective Guru once again to set his other elemental hero, his Ferris. So now Guru is at 3100. Go ahead and swing into the Stratos. Go ahead and pinching his life points down bit by bit because I'm still at 2,000 life points, folks, because I did use the double judgment at the beginning of the game. Just explaining to him that Guru gains 1,500 because there are 3 set monsters on board. And Guru is now a big boy. I was thinking about setting the other final battle, but I just let it go ahead and go through. And then still in battle phase, I use the effect of final battle to flip up the Guru in order to attack over the Ferris. And then I set another card and I pass it back to our hero player. Good little back and forth. I was against the ropes with the Elemental Hero Plasma. Like I said, he was a big, tough boy to get around. But it wasn't. If it wasn't for the final battle, it would have been a good little cleanup here for our hero player. But as you can see, he's now in a tough position here. Not sure what happened after this point. He went through 2 of his Stratos. Is not sure what ratios he runs. Don't know if he runs 3. I would be playing 3 in my personal opinion. So he has 2 left in hand. Summon limit and a set card. But here he goes for the Elemental Hero Solid Soldier, and then he uses the effect of attempts to use the effect of Super Poly, but like I tried to tell him, he didn't have any cards in hand to discard, so he adds that back to hand. Ugh, you know how crazy that'd be if Super Poly didn't have a discard, just go activate Super Poly. That would be kind of absurd. That would be pretty nuts if you ask me. But nice enough. Again, I let him go ahead and add it back to his hand. And I believe here he had he had a Malicious Engrave, so he used the effect of Malicious to banish to special summon another copy. But I go ahead and activate that Ash Blossom that I've been holding for a long, long time. I mean, opening hand, that Ash sat there and just sat there because there was no point in time that I really needed to Ash because there was nothing I was worried about at the time. And as far as my ruling knowledge goes, I don't believe I would have been able to Ash his Diamond Dude off the effect of A Hero Lives. I'm not 100% sure on that. Please comment down below and let me know. Here, I believe he does set the Solid Soldier that he had in hand. And here, I believe he goes ahead and passes turn back to me. Pretty good standpoint here. I think I can go ahead and clean this up here. I'll go ahead and normal summon the Fiendus. And explaining to him that Fiendus does have a second effect where I can target a monster on my field and set it to special summon a Subterror from the graveyard and face up or face down defense. So now Guru is still a big boy. I used the first final battle to flip up the Archer. And here we just walk right into battle. Use the effect of the Archer to shuffle the Solid Soldier back into the deck. So now Archer would be, she's at 16, she would be at 26, but it doesn't matter because she doesn't do piercing, because that would be pretty insane to have the ability to either shuffle a monster back into the deck or do piercing. That would be pretty good, but we'll see what happens, what Konami got going on in the coming days for Guru, hopefully. Thinking about swinging with the Guru here. So I'll go ahead and attempt to swing with the Guru. And tell him that Guru is at 2600 attack. And that was game. Yeah, so that was a cool, interesting matchup. The matchup with Hero and Subterror is literally the long game. Guru does have a good matchup against Hero, depending on what our Hero player has in store, who goes first, goes second, all that type of stuff. But eventually, yeah, it was a good game. Um, like I said, guys, this is round two. We do have 3 more rounds coming your way near the week. So please do like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what more you want to see on the channel and what matchups. And I'll see you next time.